Hey everybody, I'm Ken Panagopoulos and welcome back to another episode of The Lazy Gourmet. Today I'm going to be working on one of my absolute favorite recipes, and yes, it's a vegetarian recipe, but nonetheless it is absolutely one of my favorites. I could have this pretty much every day. What I'm going to be making today is a vegetarian skillet hash. It's, like I said, vegetarian. It only uses a few ingredients, a few veggies, and eggs, of course, and it's so simple and absolutely delicious to make. And who says you can't have something that's meant for breakfast or brunch for lunch or dinner? I do all the time, and that's no joke. So what I'm going to use for this recipe is very simply, I'm making this for two. So this is a pretty big eggplant I've had in my fridge. I'm going to use half an eggplant, one zucchini, one onion, and one sweet potato. The basic seasonings for this are salt, pepper, a little cayenne, and one of my favorite all-time dried herbs, rosemary. This rosemary here I brought from Greece, where I was recently. It's a little more pungent than the North American rosemary. I can't really show you because it's just really small, but the leaves, or the thistles if you will, of the rosemary are actually much thinner and longer than the rosemary we have here, but use whatever you like. This is all there is to this recipe, and I'll show you how it's done. And the beauty about this is it's all done in one pan. Everything from start to finish, less cleanup. So to start off with, I've already peeled a sweet potato, and what I'm going to do to make this easier and just kind of speed up the process is I'm going to throw this in the microwave. In a potato setting, this is going to take about 3, maybe 4 minutes. The reason I do this is A, it's shorter than boiling them, and B, and more importantly, it cooks the sweet potato from the inside. So as you dice it up and fry it up, it's going to become crispy. So it's going to become crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside. All right, so our sweet potato is done. It's ready to go. So the first part of this is using our skillet. We only have one skillet on here. We're just going to throw that on and get it going. Get the pan onto a medium or medium-high heat. We get that going, and what we're going to do is slowly cut up our sweet potato. Now, the trick to this is not to incinerate your fingertips because it is very hot from the microwave. So just do it real slow. And what I like to do is just cut it up in slices and break it up into halves. So 3 slices, and the halves are just going to get broken down just like that. And again, more chopping it down any way you like, just very easy. There's no real set method to this. Usually bite size, whatever works. Next, we go in with our little olive oil. Usually with this, I do about maybe 3 or 4 good tablespoons of the olive oil. I like that olive oil flavor that it gives, and at the end it will also produce a nice crispiness. So from here, for the first, that's getting nice and hot. I'm just going to take my sweet potato, and again, without burning yourself, lost a couple of pieces, but that's okay. So there's that. So the sweet potato's in. Next thing to go in is our eggplant. This is a pretty big eggplant, so you don't only need to use one whole one for 2 people. I am cooking for 2 people, so I'm just going to use half. And again, I'm just going to cut this down into maybe centimeter pieces and just chop it up just like that. Oh, and by the way, there is no set size. Whatever kind of works for you. Some people like bigger pieces, other people like smaller pieces. Hey, that's totally cool. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this into our pan as well, just like that. So the eggplant is in. Give that a nice little shake there as well. Next thing, our onion. 1 onion. And you don't have to finely chop this onion. At least I don't. Why go through the extra steps if you don't need to? So I'm just going to peel back the skin here and just slice this up. right, so our onion's ready. It's going in there. Perfect. So at this point, everybody's in the pool. Everybody's kind of getting nice and happy in there. Next thing, our zucchini. I love zucchini. I love zucchini and everything. I love zucchini barbecued, fried, baked, boiled. Anyway, take this zucchini, just cut it in half, and start just cutting up the halves into, again, bite-sized pieces. That's what you want. You don't want anything too big that's going to take forever to cook, because you don't want to be here for 45 minutes making this. You want something quick and easy. So there's our zucchini. It's going in. And you can see already our pan is starting to fill up. And what we're doing is we're filling up the volume up with veggies. So it's going to be a hearty meal, believe me. So take that, grab something to stir our veggies with here. And it's really coming along nice. The veggies are starting to do their thing. I may have to add a little more olive oil in here, only because the eggplant absorbs a lot of the olive oil. It won't make it too heavy, it'll speed up the cooking process. So I'll do that. Add a little bit more olive oil here, just to get things going and get all the juices and the caramelization flowing. So that's that. And now for our seasonings. Bit of salt. I don't put too much salt, only because I'm going to grate some melting cheese on this after. So a little bit of cayenne pepper, not a lot. We like heat. We don't like internal organ damage. I love rosemary, so I put in about two tablespoons of rosemary in this dish. It goes together with the sweet potato and all the other vegetables in really nice. And a little bit of freshly cracked black pepper. So we're just gonna stir that up and just let that go for a while. So here is our skillet working away. It's been on here for about 10 to 15 minutes. I've been turning it occasionally. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit, and I'm just gonna grate some cheese over that. Oh, and wouldn't you know it, there's my box grater. So I'm just gonna take some cheese here. Grate some cheese in the thickest setting you can, just like that. And this you're just going to let kind of melt and kind of ooze all over the veggies. Oh, this is going to be really something here. I'm just trying to get it in as many places as I possibly can. Oh, there's a chunk that broke off there. I'm just going to leave this here. Give that a shake. The next step is our eggs. This is where it's like a one-pot meal. Everything goes in, no fuss, no hassles. I'm gonna crack 4 eggs right into this, just like that. My eggs are in. Just gonna take a little more pepper and just my lid. Goes on like that, and you leave it on there for maybe a couple of minutes, just enough for all that heat to kind of penetrate in. Cook the eggs, melt the cheese, and it's going to be something that's going to be really fantastic. So now, this thing's been cooking for a couple of minutes. Oh my God. Everything is bubbling away perfectly. The eggs are cooked. The cheese is melted. I'm just going to leave that there, and I'm going to grab a plate and see what we've done here. So, really excited about this. Again, one of my favorite meals ever. If you could only see this, how absolutely magnificent that is. Everything is kind of just incorporated really, really nicely. This makes me happy. This is what it's all about. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this over here, and I'm going to cut out one of the eggs very carefully, or 2 of the eggs, and hopefully I won't break them. Oh. This is absolutely divine. This is absolutely delicious. There's a second egg right there. How awesome is this? The eggs are done perfectly. You can see them here, just oozing out. Very nice. Just plated this up. It's really, really hot. I want to try this without actually incinerating myself. Going in with the egg. This is it. This is it right here. Comfort food 101. It's so simple. Everything into one pan, fried up. So what I'm going to do is thank you now for watching. I appreciate your time. I hope you learned something. And if you have any questions, any comments, please let me know. I love hearing from you, and I will respond as soon as possible for sure. In the meantime, please give me a thumbs up, like this video, subscribe as always, and until next time, I'm Ken. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.